with the addition of the Frost Mortar to the game, a skin that was meant to be added in 2021, but then it wasn't added for unknown reasons until 2024, this year, there is another skin that was meant to be added back in 2021 that was never actually featured in the game. Unlike the Frost Mortar skin, however, it actually was featured in a trailer for the game, and it is assumed that it exists somewhere in the game's code. Now, this is the Frost Invasion trailer from 2021, the same update that was meant to bring the Frost Mortar. In fact, you may be able to see the Frost Mortar here at the end of the trailer. Here, I mean, incorrectly placed on the ground, yes, but this is a trailer, it's not meant to be accurate. I believe this was a render that was made by Profine, who made this in assumption that the Frost Mortar would be added, because he only gets stuff that developers tell him to and what he knows. So he just looked at the leak, and one of the leaks in the game included the Frost Mortar, and so he included it in a render. This was the skin that was made in the progress feed. However, this was actually not added to the game, and I don't think this exact version was actually used in the game as well. You can see that the render is based on it, so technically speaking, this is not actually meant to be here, but yeah, it's here for reasons that are unbeknownst to us. Another skin kind of leaked here is the Apocalypse military base tank here. This was for the Apocalypse skin, and this was actually added later on, kinda, as the Wasteland skin. The railgun tank here is actually based on the railgun tank that is seen in the trailer. However, again, this was not added in the game. Well, kinda. You can see the railgun tank was added to the game, but the skin itself, including all of the other military base units, weren't added to the game. It was just that for this trailer specifically, they used the Apocalypse military base railgun tank, but no other units, nor was a tower ever added. I don't think there was ever a plan to add the Apocalypse military base skin in this update either, because it's not a Frost skin, and I don't think this update had anything added to the game in terms of skins other than the Frost skins. So it is odd that it appears in the trailer, and some people did pick up on it and thought it would be added, but no, it was not to be. So instead, it was remade in 2024 and added in the Halloween event for that year, the Hexscape event. This is all to say that there is one missing skin from this trailer that was never added, and in fact, that would be this skin. This is called the Lemonade Farm skin. As you can see here, it says $50 lemonade, and as you can see, it's a person holding a jug of some kind with a cup. As you can see here, it does actually have an animation of pouring it out into the cup, and it is assumed that this was meant to be added to the game as well, alongside the Frost Mortar and the Apocalypse military base skin. However, for unknown reasons, it was not added to the game, and this has been dubbed the Lemonade Farm skin because $50 is the amount that the level 1 farm gives in terms of cash rewards at the end of every wave. Also, you can see how old this is. You can see the Jilly Sniper here, and then the Redemption Cowboy, the old skin for it, and then the Shadow Bosses without horns because they fell off. This was an era. This was such a bad era for Tower Defense Simulator. All the models were broken. Now, unlike the military base Apocalypse skin and the Frost Mortar skin, there was actually seen to be a skin that was actually placed down. As you can see here, it's being placed down. Yes, the maps were bright because that was what was another glitch at the time. Maps were exceedingly bright. So, people have asked, is this skin going to be added? Now, I would ordinarily have said no, but given that the Apocalypse military base skin was actually eventually added, yes, it wasn't added as an Apocalypse skin, but it was added as a Wasteland skin, and the Frost Mortar was also eventually added, there is a chance that the Lemonade Farm skin, as people dub it, would be added. Now, this isn't actually called the Lemonade Farm skin, it's just that the name that people have given it. I can't reveal if there is actually another name for it or what the official name is. It could be Lemonade Farm skin, you never know. I think the developers would actually kill me if I reveal what the name is. Now, people have asked the Lemonade Farm skin to be included in the Frost skin crate because what many people have is 2 spare Frost crates. However, not everyone has 2 spare Frost crates, me included. Other people only had 1 spare Frost crate for the Frost Mortar. Again, what many people do not understand is the 3 Frost crates that you have after the event, so that's maybe 1 or 2, some people didn't get that because due to a glitch, initially, they didn't get the spare Frost crates if you beat it early on. In fact, the skins itself, they weren't meant to be spare skin crates. They were just there for unknown reasons due to a glitch. Yes, it was anticipated there would be 1 skin crate for the Frost Mortar or another one, but this was never added. So some people only got 4 skin crates or 5 skin crates, and this was never fixed. So some people are missing a spare skin crate, aka me. However, given that they added the Frost Mortar to the Frost skin crate, it would kind of make sense for the developers to add another skin for the Frost crates, just so that people can use up their one last remaining Frost crate. And I think the Lemonade Farm would be a good candidate for it because it was meant to be released in 2021. However, for a Frost skin overall, it's not actually a Frost skin. In fact, the Lemonade Farm is more of a summer skin. It just so happens to be released at a time where Frost skins were added. In terms of logical sense, it makes no sense to add it to the Frost crate because it's not a Frost skin at all. However, if you ask me, the developers just should add it for the Frost crates just so that people can use up their one last remaining Frost skin crate. However, like the Frost Mortar, there should be a mission quest for the Lemonade Farm skin, because as I said previously, not everyone has the spare skin crate, but even if they beat the entire battle pass, like I did, because of glitches. Also, it would kind of satisfy the need for the developers to make money because they can charge the mission quest as something to cost Robux to skip all the requirements. So the Frost skin, it does have a mission quest. If you go to mission quests, and specifically for Frost skins, you can see it has 4 objectives that you need to beat, or you could buy it for 400 Robux. So yeah, that's what the developers should do to make sure that's fair for people who did play it at the time and got the entire battle pass, but didn't get spare Frost crates, aka me. And while I think some people find it unfair that they didn't get the spare Frost crate and they still have to beat an objective in a mission quest to get the skin, I think that's fine personally. Like, it was 3 years ago. I don't think people should just assume that they should be automatically granted something that was like glitched 3 years ago, and we were not able to predict, okay, 4 years down the line you'll get a skin, because developers felt generous and people wanted to use up their spare Frost crate. And honestly, if you asked me before the winter update whether the Lemonade Farm would actually be added, I would have said no way, because the Frost Mortar wasn't added. But given that the Apocalypse military base skin was added, yes, it was had to be remade, and the Frost Mortar was added, there is a chance, in fact, I think there's a 50-50 chance that the developers actually add the Lemonade Farm skin. I think it might be the developers trying to appeal to older players, and many people are fixated on the fact that the Frost Mortar has been re-added or added to the game, even if they were playing in like 2021 and people have like returned just to open the Frost crates for the Frost Mortar and played the game a bit. So I think that's what the developers might be appealing to old people by adding old skins. However, the developers would have to actually remake this skin because it would have to be updated to the modern standards of Tower Defense Simulator. This skin, the space skin here, it looks fine, but then I haven't seen the other levels for this skin. They would have to be updated to make sure that they would fit in the design language of current Tower Defense Simulator, because as you can see here, all the other skins at this time, they've all been remade. The Hazmat Electroshocker, the Ghillie Sniper, the Redemption Cowboy, they've all been remade. When the Frost Mortar was added and when the Wasteland military base was added, they were all remade as well, so this skin would also have to be remade. Now, if the developers could make it into a mission quest, it would probably be worth their time to remake it. However, that's dependent on whether or not the developers actually want to add it. So if I were the general public, I wouldn't probably bet on the Lemonade Farm being added. After all, the developers had said that it's been cancelled. Then again, they've also said that the Frost Mortar skin was cancelled. So we'll have to see if they go back on this promise and see if the Lemonade Farm is actually added to the game. As I've said before, there is a chance that it's not even added to Frost crates because it's not technically a Frost skin, but I would think that it should be added to Frost crates only because it was meant to be added at the time of the Frost skins.